guys, Ashraf over here. What I got today is this generic webcam. It says here Full HD 1080p, compatible with Windows 10 at 7 XP and macOS. So it says. So at the side over here, almost nothing. It says wide angle lens, built-in mic, auto white balance, video chat, conference, and HD 1080p. And the bottom specs is Full HD, video calling up to 1920 by 1080 pixels with latest version of Skype. Full HD 1080p. Yeah, this is a video recording, video calling, video recording. I do not know what are the differences. Built-in mic, noise isolating, noise, automatic low light correction. So it says plug and play high speed USB 2.0, tripod ready, universal clip, fits laptop and LCD monitors. Okay, I already opened this before just to see what I'm getting at. So the camera itself, and this the instructions. There's nothing much with the instruction over here except only the camera. There are no disk or USB drive for the drivers, because the driver is using the generic webcam drivers. So here it is, and this is the so-called clip at the back over here. The tripod ready universal clip fits laptops and LCD monitors. The thing is, based on the pictures, there is supposed to be a tripod screw mount over here, but it is missing actually. And so I do not know how I'm going to mount this onto the tripod. Maybe I'm going to swap this with a 3D printed version. Maybe the whole thing with the 3D printed version instead. This is not an autofocus webcam, and I think both of these supposed to be microphone, and this is power, and I think this is if we are accessing the camera feature right now. I am curious to see if this thing really does anything, or is just something like a ring to protect the lens inside. So let's open up this thing here. The image quality for this one is actually bad. There are a lot of noise, and the price of this thing is somewhere around 40 ringgit Malaysia, RM, yes, RM. That is somewhere equivalent of 10 US dollars. This is the inside. I wanted to check primarily on this thing here. No, apparently it is not to adjust the focus. Yeah, it's not to adjust the focus, it's just spinning over here. I think maybe this thing, but there's something over here. This is an EVA form. There's the sensor inside there, and this is the screw. And I'm going to clean up the glue residue over here, because, well, this is actually advertised as as a manual focus. Sorry, not an autofocus kind of webcam, but this is a manual focus. I've done with the cleaning of the glue residue on the plastic threads over here, and I'm able to screw it on, although there seems to be quite a resistance inside there between the threads, and my hand hurts because of trying to rotate this thing here. If I were to use this thing here, well, it's just spinning freely like that. So maybe, just maybe, I can use something like something similar to this EVA foam. Let's see, I do have EVA foam though, or maybe I can just reuse this thing. The glue is still okay though. Stick it to one side only, maybe here. And cut it like that. Oh yes, now it is moving as intended. There's some of indentation over here, yeah, over here and here, across the ring here. So I think I can use this to rotate much easier. Yes, I can. Now I think time to test this thing over here, and yeah, let me try to connect to my computer. But before that, I'm going to screw this thing back on. Okay, I had a lot of fun just now, just for a little bit, trying to do a very close-up macro shot with this manual focus webcam over here. My initial impression when I got this before opening this thing inside this video is actually mediocre because of how grainy it is, a lot of noises of the sensor it produces onto the final picture. But after I released the glue, cleaned up the glue residue inside there, the threads here, I found out that I'm able to do even more. I am able to use this pretty much similar to something like a microscope, which is actually a bargain for its price, because, well, it can do something like a normal web camera or any other web camera, up to something like a microscope kind of camera. Over here, this is the microphone actually. If you able to access for any electret microphone, maybe just solder right over here and probably just destroy this thing, because this thing is just so horrible for the audio quality. That is, maybe it's because of the voltage and then being converted into the processor over here. I think this is the processor though.
This is the recording through the USB webcam itself, and I'm not sure if you guys are able to hear what I'm saying right now, because currently it is raining outside very heavily. And to show you what I mean about having this almost similar to a microscope, this is a close-up shot of a 3D printed parts. Between the blue and black plastic lines over here is actually 0.2 millimeter layer height, and I'm changing to another object. This black thing over here is microphone sponge, lavalier microphone sponge, that is for anti-pop.
I'm not sure, it's just clipping while inside the video through this web camera, as you can see just now with that clip. My thoughts of this after having fun with the close-up macro shot: first of all, false advertisement. This one doesn't have any tripod screw mount over here, not on the inside anywhere, but it helps up here. Initially it has glue inside there. Maybe if you want to unlock the full potential of the manual focusing of this web camera, you need to open it and then clean up the glue residue and test the lens here if it is able to move freely. I already exchanged the focal length adjuster over here, the string chrome plastic thing over here into the one that I 3D printed. I actually 3D printed 3 variants. This is the initial version. No, this is the initial version, but the problem is that it is too short, while this one is almost similar, slightly taller, almost similar to the chrome one, especially the insert here, but the inner diameter is slightly larger and making everything quite loose. The inner diameter for both of these are perfect. This is 14mm for the inner diameter, and it grips with the lens holder inside there. And this one is actually the taller version, somewhere about 14mm, and the height of this is actually about 10mm, and this one, the stock one, is about 9.2mm. And I came into issues where when this thing is fully loose, like so, like this one, as you can see, there are huge places. When I screw it back on, there are chances that the lens will become crooked when I try to screw it on. So I have to be careful when I want to screw it back on over here again to maintain the focus.
I am actually using the shorter version along with the 1mm spacer so that the lens holder will not go sideways when I screw it back on.
I hope that you guys enjoyed my video over here, especially with this review of this generic manual focus USB camera, USB 2.0 camera. The microphone is actually mediocre, and at least I do not need the microphone, I only need the image of this. To me, thumbs sideways, not thumbs up, not thumbs down either, but thumbs sideways. Pretty much mediocre. So it is not highly recommended, but recommended to have, because it is a bargain. You can convert it into Microscope. So yeah, Ashraf signing out. Thank you for watching.